To use a process approach to writing, teachers need more hands. Writers' room coaches are those hands and eyes and voices, guiding students through pre-writing conferences, providing feedback on first drafts, coaching students as they revise and line edit their work.
We find that the writer's room is indispensable. It's impossible to do this kind of work without the writer's room. All the papers come in as drafts, first drafts, second drafts, and for some students, third and fourth if they wish. And so that the students are constantly pushed. And the writer's room allows us to meet the students where they are, which often doesn't happen if we teach sort of grammar or whatever open. We just teach it, but now we get a chance to help the students and push them farther than they've ever dreamed.
Great. Dana, this is the clip, so maybe you can help the viewers understand what's going on.
This is my classroom. What I've done is we all do this. I've invited the writer's room in with their coaches to work with the kids on a draft that they've just finished on the novel of Mice and Men. They're working on character analysis. The opportunity here for them, if you look, is that almost every single student in here is working with a coach at this moment. One of the frustrations for English teachers is that we don't get enough one-on-one time with our students. I think that's the frustration for all teachers. But particularly with regard to writing, because writing is a process and it takes a good amount of time to sit down with each student individually and work with them. It's hard to make time in your day. It's certainly hard for the students to make time in their day. They're busy before and after school and during school. So to be able to have a group of professional people come in and work with these kids in this kind of setting is wonderful. And we have so many volunteers, And even kids who maybe aren't interacting at this moment with a coach, they're sitting next to one and they're listening to the interaction that's going on, maybe with another student, and getting something from that.
Now, is this the first draft that these children are going through right now?
Yes, and they're, what they're doing is they're looking at the content of it. They're looking at are there ideas being expressed clearly. They're looking for the strengths in the paper.
Okay.
They are very good at drawing kids out through their writing. They're very good at having kids who have for themselves been very negative about writing or have never cared for it. They're able to get them past that. People have a lot of considerations about writing. Kids have a lot of considerations and fears about writing. When they work with these folks, what I've seen happen is that those disappear and they become writers.
Every semester, a large group of coaches comes from Montclair State University as part of their training in the Secondary English Certification Program.
Well, I work with students at Montclair who intend to be secondary school teachers of English. And when I heard about the Writer's Room, it seemed to me a wonderful opportunity for them to learn more about the composition process, more about supporting students who are learning to write, and an opportunity as well to give them some hands-on experience working one-on-one with students who are struggling to get words down on paper and to say what they want to say. So about a dozen students in my methods class, teaching English secondary is the formal name of the course, about a dozen or so of them have signed up to be coaches in the Writer's Room and have worked with Sheila very productively to be trained in we've worked to try to hurry them up a little bit in their training so that they could get into the classroom as quickly or into the Writer's Room as quickly as possible. And the first trio went to the school on Wednesday, yesterday, and had a really exciting experience. They came back just full of delight in what they had done. Well, I feel very strongly that composition or writing is the sort of, I hate to use the phrase cutting edge, but it is the sort of front edge of making change in our schools. It seems to me in my study that the impetus to changing the way we think about the teaching and learning process, a good deal of that in English has come from research on composition. So this is a special opportunity for students to learn, students who are going to be teachers themselves and who I hope will go into the schools to make a real difference, both in their students' lives and in the way we do things in the schools. This is a wonderful opportunity for them to really learn in a very thorough and immediate way what teaching writing is all about.
Teachers welcome coaches because coaches are part of the team. Teachers and coaches work together to plan writing assignments, to discuss strategies for kids with specific problems, or just to talk things over.
Okay.
Well, the first thing I would like to see you involved in it is the protest thing.
Yeah, that would be great. Me too.
Yeah, since it's also talk to them, they have a lot
And
of stuff they can use.
that's
from the
pre-novel.
Right.
Yeah.
Pre-reading and.
I probably, let me see, I probably need another week or so. I could probably let you know like the middle of next
Yeah,
week
okay.
where I am.
When will the kids be finished with the book?
Well,
When do they
well,
start?
Renee, I don't know how long you
Richard
plan on
Blackbird
spending on
Oh, the other
Richard
one, right.
Blackbird Pond. That's got to be out of the way first.
Yeah, I would say about 3 weeks,
Okay.
because they have extension activities and,
But all of,
So there's a lot of pre.
they're starting to look at the events leading up to the revolution, so they're, in a sense, that's all becomes pre-reading for this.
Right.
So they could do the protest activity, and they could also start doing some of the journal things on the big concepts like liberty,
Bravery and.
bravery, and so on.
yeah.
No other public school system has tried what the Montclair Public Schools have undertaken, training close to 100 volunteers to work with students in grades 6 to 12. Each semester, coaches and students meet thousands of times.
Have you ever been in the Writers program yourself? Done some stuff in the Writers room? What do you think about it?
It's really good because they correct your paper. They don't just write yes or no. They give a long summary.
Oh, really? You find that helpful in terms of your writing?
Yeah, because it really tells you what to do. Because some people just say yes or no when we do student evaluation, but when the writers room people do it, it's really good.
Writing coach Judy Weiner has this to say.
You are so much younger than I am. Too young for us to be friends. We are not related, and I'll never hear the truth about you from your parents. So write something down for me.
Pull something out of your head or out of your heart. The one thing I really need to know about you, to know about you. Write it down the best way you can. Show it to me and believe this. I may forget your name. I may even forget what you look like. But I promise I'll never forget your story.